our next part. We're still in St Mary le Lambeth, or as it is now, the world's first dedicated garden museum. An amazing place. There are some more memorials on the floor over here. In this grave is deposited the remains of George Tegomere. So look, it's all in Latin. He died the 19th of April 1784, aged 51 years, in the 51st year of his age. Also, Hannah, his widow, who died 15th of March 1809, aged 79 years. Here lies the remains of John Barnwell Murphy, Esquire, who died the 28th of May 1822, aged 68. Here's our next thing I wanted to show you. Look, London, Westminster. Got a really brilliant panoramic of it there. Taken from Lambeth by W. Hollar as Wenceslaus Hollar. That is impressive, isn't it, eh? There you see Westminster Abbey. Can't see a date on it anywhere. Ah, there's a tag at the end of it. Here is us, where we are, Lambeth, church and Lambeth Palace. Love that, brilliant. The Prospect of London from Lambeth, engraving by W. Hollar, 1707, reprint of the 1647 plate. That's impressive, isn't it? Try and get it without too much reflection on it, but it's difficult. It's about the best we're going to get that one. But look, there's the beautiful wrought iron gate into the Wolfson Gallery we went into. And our next port of call now is, I think there's another gallery over there. So we will go and check that out. Always look up, as I say. And you'll not be disappointed. And we're going to be going up here in a minute. But yeah, there is another gallery in here, so we will check this one out. And we've got the upstairs bit to do. This is the exhibition gallery.
Thank you.
All right. Costs £14 to do the whole thing, but as you can see, you certainly get your money's worth. So further looking glass, 1960. because you can really see the texture. That was the amount of paint or oil that the artist has used. I mean, I'm no art expert, as you can tell, but yeah. I've seen this one on online before. I hope you're all enjoying the tour so far. I know a couple of my page members who are housebound enjoy the art, so this is one for you. One of them I know enjoys the art. I'm not sure about the other one. What I like about some paintings as well is when you step away, all the detail comes to life, so to speak. That's my favourite one by this artist. I've seen a few things of hers before.
Stephen used to know who all the London magazine used to have. That when we often see him actually, we've been in touch with him quite a bit, really.
The lady herself.
We used to see him quite a lot.
Very talented woman. Oh, there's a lovely look. And then would have liked those. Yeah, when you come to this one, just ask at the desk, and if you can photograph and film. The lady was very obliging. She said, yeah, that's fine. You can even photograph the portraits. I say, little details pop out when you study them closely. And from what I read about Jean online, she had a very interesting life. Has had a very interesting life, so to speak.
Where do you see it? Is there a government archive? Or did they just let it run?
Actually been to a visit of their store, which is years ago. So that's
Hedgerow 1965.
so they lend stuff out, but they lend it to yeah.
You can go and see it in its
Well, I think you'd have to be on a special
I can well understand the Sussex countryside being her spiritual home, as many of you know. That's my game plan is to end up in Rye there. Hopefully before I'm not too old to enjoy it. Oh, that's nice. I'll start you in this corner and then I'll work back round, because I don't like filming people without their consent. It's not fair.
Yes, it's one of those. It's one of those. Where it's a stone set up for the children to stop them going off the edge. Yeah. Do you know which one? It must have been, yeah, because they grew the children. Well, I can't it is actually.
That I really like. It's lovely. The colours in that are really nice. That just reminds you of a nice sunny day, orchard with buttercups and blue flowers in 1990. As I say, she's a really a prolific artist, and as it said online with Jean's art, you either love it or hate it, and I'm quite partial, so. Now I'll get you back to where we were, which was just here. Here we are. This one's particularly lovely. I like this one. I'll take a photo. I forgot to photograph the card of the ones that I took a picture of. The wild plum tree, that's really nice. See, with some art galleries you're not allowed to film or photograph, so just ask first, and it saves any embarrassment. Sorry. It was fine. She said, yeah, you can photograph and the pictures too. We did these ones, didn't we? So we'll go around this side now. And finish off in this gallery. We're still upstairs to go yet. The courtyard garden with one of the main reasons that I've come today, the tomb of the Tradescants. Apparently his museum, the Tradescant Museum, is an amazing thing. Here she is, look, at work. Now that's one of the important images. Oh, ouch. My leg's hurting today, I must admit. I need to whinge, but... Alright. We're now going to go upstairs. We didn't cover these, so we will quickly. Visible world of microbes. I assume it has, but I hope this place has a toilet. Because they're quite few and far between now in London. Let's take a look upstairs. Admission can be purchased from the shop. I've purchased my admission. Lambeth Wilds. See, always look about you when you go into places like this, because you don't know what you're going to find. Where do we start? Stereoscope viewer cards. Oh, these are good, these are. You put a card in the stereoscope. I wonder if it will work for you, ladies and gents, to show you. I think it will. That's a shame, but basically it makes it look just like one image, like what we'd call a panoramic. Put that back, and its picture, which is the one we chose. In the garden house. Well, I think we might as well go along up here for, I don't know, there's so much of it. Where do we start? Yeah, I think we'll start over here. Once we get to the 30-minute mark or thereabouts, you'll join me for the next part. Well, this looks to be about the beginning of the... Well, it's going to be our beginning of it anyway. I don't have to mind my head, I'm only 5'7".
Especially in the UK. I've always had a bit of an environmentally minded outlook on life. I studied geography. I went travelling to the Americas, and while I was away, I was always on the lookout for some kind of outdoor farming experience. And when I came home, I
won't show too much of that one in case we get copyrighted. This gallery has been supported by Charles Hayward Foundation. Fun pot. I'll show them in twos. Pause to read. It is a thumb pot, so called because it is made using the thumbs. Obviously, I've seen that before. Look at that really old watering can, look. These are interesting. These are cucumber glasses. They were really, in the 19th century, a cucumber straightener. They were really, didn't want bent cucumbers. They wanted them perfectly straight. So they grew them inside these cucumber glasses. Some people still use them today. You can buy cucumber glasses online and the modern equivalents. And me, I love gardening, as anyone knows. Well, not anyone, like people that know me knows. I love places like this, I really do. We're going to very slowly move along here. Cover the information things. My neighbour Cyril had one of these in his shed. It didn't work, but when I was a teenager I had one of these. Not this make, but it was exactly like that. And my nephew Brandon, when he was a kid, he used to absolutely love pushing that lawnmower along. In the old days, when horses would pull along the great big mowers, they'd put these on their hooves so they didn't leave hoof prints in the grass. Big man houses. And to remind us in no uncertain terms where we are, or what it was originally. Beautiful bit of stained glass. We're going to focus on this bit slowly. Holy, holy, holy. It says up there. And once we've covered this little bit, that should do us nicely for the 30 to 35 minute mark then, hopefully. That's gorgeous, isn't it, that? Oh, praise our God, all ye his servants. Well, that second one is obviously St George. St Edward the Confessor with his ring, his sapphire ring. Remember when we covered him in Restless Royal Corpses? One of them, I'm not sure which, will be St Edmund the King and the Martyr. I'm not sure which. And he's got this play area for the childers. They can build their own little gardens with all this kind of stuff. So there is something for everyone in this one. There's a little bit of something for everyone. Especially if you like gardening as well, you will learn a thing or two. So if you like gardening and churches, Tudor history, the Boleyns, the Tudor era, religious history and architecture, you're not going to be disappointed, are you? I'll show you the artefacts first, and then we'll zip through the name tag things, different products and bio, slug pellet, showerproof. Whew, they were lethal. Absolutely lethal. In the old days, in the Victorian times, and this is actually banned now in many countries, if you had greenfly in your greenhouse, you'd buy raw nicotine and do a nicotine smoke bomb. If you didn't get out of that room very quickly, you would be knocked to the ground and dead. It was lethal. It didn't harm your plants, but it certainly killed all the greenfly. Anyone that likes gardening, watch it or try and get hold of a series called Victorian Kitchen Garden. The bloke that did it is called Harry Dodson. He was an old gardener, one of the old walled kitchen gardens, and he did it on the documentary just as an example to show you what it was, how it worked. But yeah, it was lethal. My great-grandfather Tom, my mum's granddad, he was a gardener chauffeur. So my nan Liz, is the opposite side of the family, my dad's family. She always said, oh, that must be where you get your love of gardening from your mum's granddad. And my granddad, like her granddad, because her granddad John had an allotment, her dad had an allotment. One of the best compliments I was ever paid. My nan went to me, oh, you're a lot like my dad. I went, why's that, Nan? She went, because you don't shut up and you can bleed and we'll make something out of nothing. She didn't mean like a rat make something out of nothing. She meant like I could be given materials and build something out of nothing kind of thing. She was right about that, not shutting up though, wasn't she? Bell cloche. That's for putting all your powders on and stuff. Pest and weed control. And what we're going to end off with on this part is a lovely view straight down the nave, or it would have been the nave. But we will be getting closer to that, of course, as well in a minute when we get over that side. Just to get some views of the inside of the church, really. Or museum, rather, I should say. Some of those memorials that we were looking at when we saw. Just there is the grave of Anne Boleyn's mother, and these are some of the other memorials that we saw up on the wall. I've got enough time to capture a few of them. Ones with the clearer writing, that is. Architecture that way. The garden shed. And I want to end us off with this beautiful piece. So, hope you've all enjoyed so far, and catch me in the next part.